Hi, I'm Sharon, and I'm currently a freshman at MIT studying electrical engineering and computer science. I'll be taking you on a tour of some of the really cool buildings, dorms, dining halls, and other facilities that MIT has to offer. So far, I've only been on campus for 2 months, but it's been an incredible time meeting new professors, researchers, and I hope you'll get a sense of some of the energy that exists on campus. So over here we have Kresge Auditorium, which has a large auditorium as well as a smaller theater, and it's where a lot of the theater groups and performing groups on campus like to perform. Over here is the Student Center, which is the main area where students like to go to host club events, grab some quick food from Anna's Taqueria or Dunkin' Donuts, some of the many restaurants and places to get food on campus. Through the trees you can almost see Lobby 7, which is basically where the Little Dome is, and once again MIT Chapel. And behind me is another view of dorm row. So we have Massey Hall over here, we have McCormick, our all-women's dorm over there, and a few more dorms down the street. So we're walking up to the Walker Memorial, which is one of the larger buildings on campus. It's also one of the newer buildings on campus, and it basically has the headquarters for a lot of student groups, our local campus bar that a lot of students like to hang out at, especially grad students, because they're of course over 21, as well as a rock climbing wall inside. Most of our tests actually take place in this building as well. And if we swing over to the other side, you can catch a glimpse of the sailing pavilion. So MIT has a varsity sailing team that regularly competes throughout the year, and the sailing pavilion is where they go to train. So it's also where all the boats are kept. So we can walk up and kind of catch a glimpse of some of the boats that they have. MIT is actually really athletic, contrary to what most people might think. We have basically most of the varsity teams within the NCAA, as well as Division I teams, specifically for rowing. So here we can see some of the equipment of the team stores and a gorgeous view of the Charles River. So behind me we can see the Green Building, which is actually the tallest building on campus, and it houses the Earth and Planetary Sciences Department, or Course 12 as we call it here at MIT. The reason it's the tallest building is because on the bottom there's actually 2 stilts that suspend the building, so it's able to go over the limit that the city has, the number of stories a building can have. A lot of students like to go to the Green Building either to study, to get free drinks, hot chocolate of course, and also to catch a really great view of MIT from obviously the tallest building in Cambridge. So here we have a much better view of the Green Building. On top you can see some of the implementations and instruments that are being used by the Department of Earth and Planetary Sciences to do weather monitoring, and the WMBR, or MIT's Radio Club, also hosts a lot of equipment on top as well. So very few students actually have access to the top of the roof, but the view from even the 18th floor, the highest floor in the building, is incredible. Here we have more views of the Media Lab from the main entrance. Looking up, we can see some tidbits of the labs that are housed here. So some quick fun facts about the Media Lab. Scratch was invented here. Julia, a popular programming language, was also invented here. And the Media Lab also has a really cool free food table that was developed in order to try to get rid of food from events. And it's actually become sort of a meme on campus. So we now have a lot of mailing lists, including our free food mailing list, that students take advantage of in order to get food during the day. On the 5th floor of the Student Center, which is probably my favorite place to study on campus, and it just has a lot of small lounge areas, computers for you to use, or Athena clusters as we call them, and printing stations. There's also a few student groups that are hosted here, including SIPI, or Information Processing Board, which is the main student group in charge of MIT servers, websites, and hosting. Right now we're inside the Student Center. As you can see, there's a lot of different businesses that are sort of in here. We have a directory of all of the, I guess, the different rooms. Sometimes students like to request that one of the dining rooms be used for either performances or any other types of student group activities that happen. Back there is Laverty's, our main convenience store, where you can buy anything late into the night, from coffee to candy to sandwiches, you name it. So right here across the road, we can see Killian Court and the Great Dome. So basically, Killian Court is a huge green area on campus that sort of surrounds the main U shape of most of the buildings here. And a lot of students like to take a break, especially during the spring semester, and do their work on the grass, lounge around, play frisbee, you name it. So right here we're looking down Ames Street. On the right side is East Campus, one of the oldest dorms at MIT, while on the left side we have the MIT Media Lab, the List Center, which is a new media lab, as well as the old media lab down the street. And even further ahead, we can see part of Senior House, which is currently a graduate residence, although in the past it was also an undergraduate dorm. Here's just another view of East Campus. As you can see, there are two parallel buildings as well as a courtyard that sort of spans between the two buildings. On one side we have the Charles River, while on the other side we have Building 66, which houses a chemistry engineering department. So one really nice thing about MIT is that there's so many places on campus for students to just go and relax, have nice long walks or runs. I personally really enjoy running by the Charles River. As you can see, there's an incredible view, especially in the morning and late afternoons. And the river sort of stretches all the way up to Harvard and even beyond. So if you just want to go for a long run, a lot of students like to train for marathons, and we actually just had our Cambridge Marathon this past weekend, and a lot of my friends participated in that, so that was really cool. I think in general, students have a lot of opportunities to be really healthy on campus. We have our local wellness center as well as S-Cubed, or Student Support Services, which exists to ensure that students are able to have a nice balance between their work life as well as their personal lives. And it really ensures that the Institute is taking care of students' mental health and physical